So one point I'd like to emphasize now, because it didn't come up so much at argument, is just how clear the evidence was and how lucid the Colorado Supreme Court's factual findings were on the fact that President Trump engaged in insurrection against the Constitution. This isn't some sort of secretive thing that relies on, dubious witness testimony. This was in plain sight for everybody to see. We saw the tweets. We saw his words. We saw his campaign manager the day of, his former campaign manager, call this a sitting president asking for a civil war. We saw that even after the Capitol came under violent attack and members of the mob were chanting, "Hang Mike Pence," President Trump poured more fuel on the fire on Twitter by painting a target on the back of Vice President Pence and egging the attacking mob on. And we saw his tweets at the end when he praised the attackers and justified their actions, saying, "These are the things that happen when an election is stolen." This case is as close to a virtual confession of intent to incite insurrection that you can possibly get. And so I thought that some of the discussion about, well, maybe one state will have one evidentiary record and another state will have another, didn't fully engage with that central point. An insurrection is more than a protest gone wrong. An insurrection is more than a riot. An insurrection is a coordinated attack for the purpose of resisting execution of law by force. And Section 3 requires an insurrection against the Constitution. And that hasn't happened since the Civil War. Because here, an insurrection against the Constitution requires that you're attacking a function mandated by the Constitution, not just some ordinary law. And here we had an attack on Congress's constitutional duty to certify the presidential election results. So hypotheticals about the idea that a state might misuse Section 3 to go after their political opponents, I think just misses the point. I mean, you can always have frivolous applications of law, frivolous cases, that are factually and legally baseless, and we trust that our justice system will put an end to them by saying this is baseless, and I don't see why Section 3 should be any different.